What you're looking at here is armatures out of fuel pump motors. We resurrected these because they caused drivability problems. However, they did not cause a no start. We're going to be using a lab scope to look at the pattern generated as these brushes go across the different segments of the commutator. They cause peaks and valleys as they switch between them. These patterns will tell us about the current flow, and we can even calculate the speed of the motor. And the speed has a lot to do with volume. We can identify problems before they cause a no start. We connect it here to the Maxiscope with the USB connector, with the other end going to the tablet from the Autel. This will hook the two together and they'll start talking. If we want to turn it on, we press and hold the power button for 5 seconds. That'll turn it on. You get an opening screen. Slide this to the right, and you'll unlock the system. Now we're going to slide this left because we're not going to do diagnostics. We're going to use the Maxiscope. We select that, and we open it up. Now, if you look carefully, you'll notice I already have set for amps because I've been doing this before. We'll go through and see what we need to do to set this up for amps. To do that, we're going to select the tool icon. That's the one in the middle up there, and by pressing on that, we drop down and see this menu. Now we've got math channels. That's for advanced testing. We've got select a probe. We're looking for an amp probe. That's a good place to start right there. So we're going to select a probe. When we select that, we see a number of choices. Voltage probes, a lot of current probes. We're going to use a low amps probe. We're going to select the 20 amp mode from the amps probe. It's got a 20 and 65 for the C65. Now that 20 amps probe is 1 millivolt for 10 milliamps. That's the first setting as you click up on your amps probe. So we're all set now to ready to go and capture the data with our amps probe. Remember, we're looking at the amperage from the fuel pump motor to judge how well it's working. We've chosen to place a jumper in place of the fuel pump relay. This lets us start and control the relay without having the engine running. And we can hook our low amps probe around this jumper and measure the current flow through the jumper. We have a complete section showing you how to do this and what you're doing and how to pick the various spots to do it. Some spots to test are better than others. Go see that section before you get too deep into this. As soon as we connect our amp probe, we get a pattern on the screen. It looks a little nervous now moving around. We're going to try to steady that by setting triggering. Now there's 2 ways to set triggering. Manual, which our default is set in manual. We're going to go and select that and go to automatic. In automatic, it'll help to lock it in. Now we're measuring our DC amperage right now when it's steady. We're measuring about 4.67 amps.